Hey guys, it's Leon Nightwalker here. As you probably have guessed by the title, this video is going to be a beginner guide on everything that you'll need to know when starting your adventure into Eorzea to make this the best experience that it can possibly be. This is a guide that should apply to everyone, no matter what you plan on doing in the game, whether you're just here to enjoy the story, to kill enemies, participate in competition, or just to have fun overall. This guide should help you in achieving your goals in the game, or at least help you to have a good idea on everything you need to know. Now with all that out of the way, let's get into it. First thing I wish to discuss is that some of you may feel like that you may have made a mistake when making your character, be it the name, the appearance, the race, or even the gender. No need to worry. There are services and items you can buy on the Final Fantasy XIV online store or mod station that will help you fix these things over time, if you wish to change it. So don't feel too pressured about your feelings changing for the character you made. You can change any of these things at any time, so you don't need to feel that you need to deal with it right away, if you're concerned about your feelings changing for the character. In addition, beating the A Realm Reborn story will provide you a free Fantasia, which is used to change the physical appearance of your character, as mentioned before, the gender, race, and features. Now, the next thing we're going to get into is discuss the most pertinent matter. As a new player, you will notice you have a sprout icon over your head. This actually identifies you as a new player, and every veteran will know you're new when they see it, or at least suspect you are. Some sprouts will be veterans working on alternate characters, but most people will initially treat you as a new player if they see the icon. There is a way to remove it manually in the event you're a veteran, but as a new player, it is best to leave it for your own sake. One of the most common things for a sprout to encounter is that the community will often try to help beginners and oftentimes are nice for the most part. However, no matter who you encounter, you will find that many people will try to recruit you into what's called an FC, or also known as a free company. Which, to simplify, an FC is what is considered the guild system in the game. So obviously it's a guild, clan, group, or a team of people who organize and play together. You will find many different types of FCs with different goals and values, of which you should be careful on whom you join. Because like people, FCs can be vastly different from each other on overall experience. Now with all that in mind, you will still want to join an FC as soon as possible. The reason why is that there are benefits to joining an FC you will not get as a solo player. The obvious benefit is you make friends to play with and get advice from. The other benefits are also daily benefits called company actions, which applies certain bonuses to all of its members. Examples being discount on teleportation fees or bonus experience points. FCs can also have a house to provide certain benefits or buffs that can help in things like crafting or just simply as a meeting space for members. These are also going to be people who make trying to meet certain goals for yourself a lot more easier to do than as a solo player. Again though, you will want to make sure that the FC that you join meets your personal needs, as every FC is going to be different and have different expectations of you. Now, before I get into how you level best in the game, we do need to talk about the classes and the jobs in this game. Unlike most other RPGs, you will have the option to play as absolutely any class you want at any time. You only start with one class, but you will be able to unlock all the other classes after unlocking that feature, at which point you will visit the respective guild that belongs to each corresponding class that you wish to obtain. Switching classes is easily done simply by switching your weapon after unlocking the class. However, every single class has its own independent level, as you can see here. So you will not have a shared level among each class, unless you grind each one to the same level. Now, to make switching even easier, you will want to create a gear set for each class. That way you can just toggle these and switch to all the equipped gear for that class instantly. And this is what it would look like. Doing otherwise will unequip everything off of you except the weapon, and you'll be a streaker briefly with no gear on. So you should definitely make a gear set for each class. Now with that out of the way, you can play any class anytime, but leveling multiple classes can be very challenging and time consuming if you don't complete the story first. Please also make it a priority to do your class quest every time when they come up, because that is how you will unlock the job upgrade to your class and also obtain exclusive skills that you can't get any other way. Most jobs are unlocked after reaching level 30 on your chosen class and completing the job unlock quest from your class quest vendor. Once you have completed it, you will then be given a job crystal for you to equip, which will convert your class into a job. It is very easy to miss this, and although you can leave it off, you will not be as strong without it, so do please equip it upon receiving it. Now, moving on to the next subject that I'm sure a bunch of you may be wondering at this point. How do I level up quickly? Simply put, you play the story. If you play through the story, you will get the most experience from doing this, and you will also unlock more content for you to play and explore by doing so. So this should be your first and top priority for progression as well as leveling. Once you have gotten to the end of the story that you currently have access to, leveling other classes will be much easier since you have unlocked a lot of different content that will make leveling faster for other lower level classes that you have. By that point, you will have a variety of dungeons, raids, or trials that you can use to level along with other activities. Two such activities are called Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High, which that one requires clearing at least 50 floors of Palace of the Dead in order to unlock. Now these two activities are called Deep Dungeons, and they'll drop the level of the class you're using to a set point, and you'll have to level and gear up while you're in that dungeon. Here you will have to group up with a set group or solo it, and you cannot continue the dungeon without those same people joining you. So choose wisely on who you dive into this with, if anyone. There are many floors that you will have to go through in these that are not going to be done within a couple of hours. There is an even split on opinion for these options. You either love them or you hate them. There's not really a consensus on these two, so you can just level based on your preference at this point. Now, if you started with a class that you did not like and wish to switch, that is fine. But depending on what class you wish to switch for the story, you may have to grind the level to the level requirement for your current place in the story, so choosing your main class as early as possible is crucial. Now, our next advice is going towards alternate class leveling, as story will help your main class. So, to simplify, for any class that is below level 50, you will find that doing dungeon runs is going to be your fastest way of leveling, or you can try, as I mentioned before, Palace of the Dead. In the dungeons, however, you will want to do the ones that are closest to the current level of the class you are using. Now, for any class that is above level 50, you are going to want to use the duty roulettes, which you will unlock through the story, and you will first unlock the leveling roulette. These will pick a random duty, which a duty is a preformed party content like a dungeon, raid, etc. You will enter a random duty and will be rewarded bonus experience in addition to what you earn while running the duty. Now, to add on to your growth, once you have reached level 15 you'll want to visit the Hall of Novice. I know what some of you may be thinking. You don't need a tutorial, or that you've played enough MMOs to know how to play. That's not exactly why you go here. Yes, they will teach you how to play, and better than other MMOs because they use actual strategy when teaching you. The main reason you come here though is because of the free gear that they give you. This gear will be superior in stats than most gear, which should be fine to use up until level 30. But of course you can switch if you find something that is better in stats. Among the items you receive, the most important one is the brand new ring. This awards 30% bonus experience to any classes under level 30. However, there is a bypass to that level restriction, and this goes double for any level restricted item. Duties will drop your level to the level range of the duty you are doing, and this is what's called level sync. When you are doing a duty that drops your level under the restriction, the effect will then work again, so do keep that in mind. Another thing that is very important to pay attention to are these blue mark quests here. Any of these quests will unlock something for you that you won't get any other way, and I'm going to name off the ones in particular that will without a doubt hold the most interest to you. The first one you will want to work on is going to come from an NPC called Swergheim, who will be located at the center of Vesper Bay near the Waking Sands. This person will give you 2 quests that will unlock appearance-altering features in the form of dyes and glamour. These quests are called If I Had a Glamour and Color Your World. Obviously, dye will allow you to change the color of your gear into something more fitting for you, and of course match it better than what you would end up with normally. Glamour is the best of these features because you can take the appearance of one piece of gear that you like and place that appearance on the gear that you have equipped. By doing this, you will be improving the look you have or maintain it. The next appearance altering feature that is also available at level 15 to unlock will be the Aesthetician, which you will unlock by completing Beauty is Only Scalp Deep at this location in Limsa Lamensa, received by the NPC here. This feature will always change your hair as many times as you want, so you can mix it up or improve your style that you're going for. These should definitely be the most important features to unlock as early as possible. Now there is one other one you should definitely unlock at level 15 called the Challenge Log. It's received from the quest called Rising to the Challenge, and is received from this NPC here, also in Limsa Lamensa. Now this is a log that provides you daily and weekly challenges to complete that you will do so without trying, just by playing as you normally would. The point of this is that it will provide you bonus experience from doing what you normally would, and you can't obviously say no to free experience to add on to your activities. Now the last of these blue quests that you will want to pursue with priority will be quests that help your chocobo provide more use to you and help them grow, and are both available at level 30. And in case you're wondering about how you get a chocobo, it's unavoidable as part of the story quest. Once you have chosen a grand company to join in the story, you will be given your chocobo, who's also your first mount. Now these quests are called My Feisty Little Chocobo, received by Doset in the South Shroud. This quest will allow your company-issued chocobo to serve as a party member, allowing it to take on the role of a healer, DPS, or tank for your needs whenever you're playing solo. Then finally, the quest Bird in Hand, which is received by Luckalot in Central Shroud. This allows you to stable your chocobo, to train it and allow it to level beyond the cap by giving it an item called Thavnaran Onion. Also, you will be able to color your chocobo in a stable by feeding it a combination of fruits meant for coloring, allowing you to further customize it. These are all the blue quests you will want to complete as soon as they are available to increase the quality of life in the game for you. Now this is not a top priority blue quest, but another one you may be interested in is one obtained at level 15 in Ul'dah, and it's called It Could Happen to You. It's given by the well-heeled youth, right here. This unlocks the gold saucer, and is a location filled with different kinds of minigames that you can play on the side and with friends to earn a currency called MGP, which you can use to exchange for different prizes, including gear and mounts. You'll definitely want to unlock Triple Triad, which will be in the card square here, since doing so will make bosses have a chance of dropping a card of them for you by unlocking it. And you can also raise chocobos and other stuff by going here. Now I do want to lightly address something that many people think about investing in as soon as they find out about them. Level and story skip items that you can purchase from the online store. Now these items, they do exactly what they describe. You can skip your level or the story to the point that is specified on the item. However, I would heavily recommend against investing in these unless you have already been through the story or have already worked on the class. The reason I say this is that they can cause you more problems than good for basically the same reasons, no matter what you do. Without progressing naturally, you will be ignorant of everything regarding characters, duties, vendors, locations, or how the classes work. For a class, you will have a bunch of skills unlocked at once that you will have to spend a fair amount of time working through them and getting acquainted and practice before doing a duty. If you invest in a level skip and join a duty with other players, and you don't do as I've suggested, they are going to assume that you should know what you're doing and may or may not get obnoxious or upset about it, which will make trying to do duties very painful for you as the person trying to use the class. If you are going to invest in either, I would only do it to a minimum amount if it's going to be the deciding factor of you playing or quitting. However, I personally would not use a level skip on something you plan to play a lot of, unless, again, you've already leveled the class before. And story skips are really bad because the more you skip, the more you have to be guided on things that you would have learned simply by playing the game. You won't know who certain characters are, or the vendors, and where to find either one of them based on your needs. So if you are a new player, I highly recommend against investing in these because they are more geared towards veterans who wish to work on an alternate character, really. Now, the last activity to mention for our more competitive players is PvP. On this game, PvP is not the same as your traditional PvP. So you go to a place called the Wolf's Den, which is located in the Limsa Lamenza region, which you can access from here and by getting on a boat. And when you participate here, you basically join a large army of people and basically play capture the flag with other armies. If you lose the group, you will die without fail. So to survive, you need to stay with the group at all times in order to survive and also see about winning. This PvP mode is called Frontline, and there are others, but this one is the most used one by players in general, and the other modes are also group-heavy activities. Now, if you're serious about doing PvP, they do have competitions to determine the best on the server within a certain number of players, and these players will gain exclusive mounts not obtained any other way. So this is really only for the hardcore competitive players to achieve. Now, to end our guide, I wish to discuss more about the community itself. So this game is heavily anti-abusive players. The reason I say this is that the game is designed to work against someone who does not play well with others. If you're in a party with someone and they are acting horribly to you or to others, they can be voted out of the party by selecting their name on the party members list and initiating a vote just like this. If everyone agrees, or at least a majority, then that person will be removed from the party and will be replaced by someone else shortly. However, you should not do this if it's not legitimate and they are doing nothing wrong, because that is also punishable. And if you try to leave a duty in a rage quit like this, you will be penalized 30 minutes, being unable to register for any duties on the same one, as you'll see right here. There is even an in-game jail that you can be put in for ill behavior towards others, where you will not be able to leave by any means or talk to anyone except the game master in charge of your detainment. This game takes positive playing seriously, so do not ever take crap from anyone because you do not have to. And to those that would hate these features, I say tough luck. Play other games for victims. Now with all that said, I do hope that this guide was able to help you guys out and help you to get a good idea on where to start and how to best use your time and resources. There's plenty to learn about this game, but this guide should help get you guys started on your adventure. I do want to know what you guys think though. Did you find this guide to be helpful? Or did you notice something that I may have missed? Leave a comment down below, and please do leave a like, subscribe, and until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.